Enclosed entirely within the city of Rome, Vatican City spans just 110 acres and is home to approximately 1,000 residents. But don't let its size fool you. As the headquarters of the Catholic Church, it holds immense power and influence, shaping faith and politics for centuries. Yet behind the grandeur of St. Peter's Basilica and the Pope's public appearances lies a history shrouded in mystery. What secrets are hidden in its ancient archives? What controversies have been buried beneath its sacred halls? From shadowy dealings in the Middle Ages to the Vatican's complex relationship with Italy in 1929, this tiny city-state has more than its fair share of untold stories. So, let's uncover the secrets the Vatican might not want the world to know. The Grand Grimoire. What if I told you there's a book so dangerous that it's locked away in the Vatican's secret archives, far from public eyes? This isn't fiction. It's the legend of the Grand Grimoire, also known as the Red Dragon or the Gospel of Satan. Believed to have been discovered in 1750 in the tomb of King Solomon, this mysterious text is written in ancient biblical Hebrew or Aramaic. The Catholic Church acknowledges its existence and claims ownership, but they won't let anyone see it. Why? According to legend, the Grand Grimoire contains instructions for summoning demons, casting powerful spells, and even striking pacts with the devil himself. Some say it's based on the writings of Honorius of Thebes, a figure rumored to have been possessed by Satan. The text reportedly reveals how popes are gradually seduced by dark forces. Despite its sinister reputation, the Grand Grimoire has made its way into the hands of modern practitioners, especially in Haiti, where it's used in voodoo rituals under the name Le Véritable Dragon Rouge. And if you're wondering just how indestructible this book is, well, the legends claim it's completely fireproof. Secret Court for Evil Sins. This Vatican's judicial body is so secretive that most Catholics have never even heard of it. Known as the Apostolic Penitentiary, this tribunal has operated in the shadows for centuries, addressing sins so grave that ordinary priests and bishops aren't allowed to handle them. But what exactly makes these sins so unthinkable? Established in 1179 by Pope Alexander III, this tribunal of conscience remained a mystery until 2009, when some of its workings finally came to light. The court deals with cases that require the Pope's personal absolution, sins deemed worse than genocide, at least in the Vatican's eyes. Among them are acts like attempting to assassinate the Pope, a priest breaking the sacred seal of confession, or even a clergyman absolving someone they've committed a sexual sin with. Then there's the chilling inclusion of anyone who has financed or performed an abortion and later seeks to join the priesthood. Why does the Vatican treat these offenses with such gravity? And what happens behind the closed doors of this tribunal? Once a case is brought forward, the major penitentiary, the court's leader, decides whether the Pope will grant absolution or uphold the automatic excommunication tied to these sins. Everything is handled in utmost secrecy, with no records ever revealed to the public. The Vatican's army of exorcists. Think exorcisms are just the stuff of horror movies? Think again. The Vatican takes exorcisms very seriously, and its spiritual warriors are busier than ever. The late Father Gabriele Amorth, the Vatican's chief exorcist until his passing in 2016, claimed to have performed a staggering 130,000 exorcisms in his lifetime, and he wasn't alone. In 2018, the Vatican hosted an exorcism training course attended by 250 priests from across the globe. Why the sudden demand? Church officials believe cases of demonic possession have been on the rise in recent years. Even Pope Francis himself has urged Catholics to seek an exorcist if they experience what he called genuine spiritual disturbances. But exorcisms aren't without controversy. Critics argue they can lead to abuse or exploitation, especially when mental health issues are involved. Yet, the Church maintains that some cases defy explanation. One notable example involves Pope John Paul II. In 2000, a woman was brought to him in St. Peter's Square. She was screaming, convulsing, and frothing at the mouth. The Pope attempted to perform an exorcism, but was reportedly unsuccessful. Later that day, Father Amorth claimed he encountered the same woman, who was still possessed. According to him, she even crawled up the wall like something out of The Exorcist. It took his intervention to finish the job. The Vatican Bank scandals. At first glance, the Vatican Bank, formerly known as the Institute for the Works of Religion, IOR, might seem like just another financial institution. But its history is anything but ordinary. Since its founding in 1942 during World War II, the Vatican Bank has been embroiled in scandals that read more like a crime thriller than a chapter of church history. Why was the bank even created? To circumvent wartime financial restrictions imposed by the Allies. Free from such oversight, it quickly became a hub for questionable activities, earning the nickname the world's best offshore bank. Over the decades, its operations have drawn the attention of organized crime groups. One infamous case from the 1970s involved the Vatican attempting to purchase $900 million in counterfeit bonds tied to the mafia. Perhaps the darkest chapter came with the collapse of Banco Ambrosiano, an Italian bank closely linked to the Vatican. Ambrosiano was used to launder mafia money, and when it fell, the aftermath was deadly. The bank's chairman, Roberto Calvi, was found hanged beneath London's Blackfriars Bridge, a supposed mob execution disguised as suicide. Some conspiracy theorists even believe his death was connected to the mysterious demise of Pope John Paul I. Efforts to reform the Vatican Bank have been ongoing for years, but its murky past continues to cast a shadow. Nazis escorted to safety by the Vatican. In the chaotic aftermath of World War II, Europe became a dangerous place for Nazis fleeing justice. High-ranking officials, many of them war criminals, sought refuge in South America, using clandestine escape routes known as rat lines. But how did so many manage to evade capture? The answer might lie closer to the Vatican than you'd expect. Historical accounts suggest the Vatican played a direct role in aiding Nazi fugitives. While some travel permits were issued by an overwhelmed Red Cross, others were handed out by Vatican officials, perhaps out of sympathy, or perhaps as part of a broader political strategy. These documents helped infamous figures like Adolf Eichmann and Joseph Mengele escape to countries like Argentina, Chile, and Brazil. The Vatican has long denied any intentional involvement, and most of the evidence remains locked away in its secret archives. The Vatican profited from the Holocaust. Now, could one of the world's most revered religious institutions have benefited from the atrocities of the Holocaust? Evidence suggests that the Vatican played a chilling role, not just in helping Nazis escape to South America, but also in profiting from the wealth stolen from Jewish families and other Holocaust victims. Historians like Gerald Posner have uncovered disturbing claims in works like God's Bankers. According to Posner, the Vatican's wartime financial advisor, Bernardino Nogara, was far from a neutral figure. Some speculate he may have acted as a spy for the Third Reich. Nogara reportedly orchestrated Vatican investments in Italian insurance companies that kept the unclaimed life insurance policies of Jews murdered in the Holocaust. Because the Vatican wasn't the direct insurer, it bore no legal obligation to return the profits to victims' families. This grim financial strategy highlights a harrowing question. Did the Vatican gamble on the lives of Holocaust victims for profit? Efforts to hold the Vatican accountable, such as opening its wartime archives or participating in reparations, have been met with resistance for decades. VatiLeaks. In 2012, the Vatican was rocked by a scandal so explosive it threatened to unravel centuries of secrecy. Dubbed VatiLeaks, the controversy began when Gianluigi Nuzzi published His Holiness, the Secret Papers of Benedict XVI. The book revealed confidential letters and documents leaked by none other than Pope Benedict XVI's personal butler. What did these papers expose? Corruption, envy, and power struggles within the Holy See. But that wasn't the most shocking part. An internal investigation into the leaks unearthed a clandestine network of gay prelates who were allegedly being blackmailed by outside groups. These prelates were said to participate in secretive gatherings, lavish orgies held in villas, beauty parlors, and saunas around Rome. The mounting pressure from these scandals is believed to have contributed to Pope Benedict's historic decision to resign, the first pope to do so in over 600 years. Vatican has a time machine. It sounds like something out of science fiction, but there are persistent rumors that the Vatican holds the key to traveling through time. Enter the chronovisor, a supposed time-viewing device allegedly invented by Father Pellegrino Ernetti, a Benedictine monk and scientist. According to accounts, the chronovisor wasn't a machine for physical travel, but a viewer that could replay moments from the past. Ernetti, alongside a team of 12 renowned scientists, reportedly built the device in the 1960s. The contraption, described as a cabinet with levers, buttons, and a cathode ray screen, could decode electromagnetic waves left behind by historical events. It could even capture sound waves, allowing users to hear the past. What did Father Ernetti and his team claim to witness? Among other events, the crucifixion of Christ. While skeptics dismiss the chronovisor as a hoax, the Vatican has remained silent about its existence. Could this be another case of truth hidden in plain sight? Vatican archives are controlled by the Illuminati. If all roads lead to Rome, then perhaps all conspiracy theories lead to the Vatican. One of the most persistent beliefs is that the Vatican's secret archives are controlled by none other than the Illuminati. The theory goes that after their supposed dissolution in the 18th century, the Illuminati quietly rebuilt themselves, infiltrating the highest echelons of global power, including the Vatican. The archivists, responsible for safeguarding the Church's most confidential documents, are rumored to be Illuminati operatives. What could they be hiding? Some speculate that the archives contain proof of extraterrestrial life, evidence of ancient technology, or even texts that could rewrite human history. While this theory may seem outlandish, the Vatican's refusal to grant public access to its archives only fuels the intrigue. Proof of extraterrestrial life. Could the Vatican be hiding evidence of alien contact? Some researchers believe the answer lies buried in the Vatican's secret archives, a collection of documents so restricted that only a select few have ever seen their contents. Under Pope Paul V in the 17th century, parts of the Vatican library were sealed off, remaining hidden from outsiders until 1881. Rumors persist that these archives contain records of alien encounters documented by the Church. One intriguing story involves Genrich Ludwig, a Russian professor who claimed to have gained access to these documents. According to Ludwig, the archives included accounts of alien interactions with ancient civilizations, from the Egyptians to the Mayans. These manuscripts allegedly described advanced technologies, including weapons that resemble modern-day nuclear devices. One particularly eerie account details how the walls of Babylon were melted by a weapon that emitted an enormous amount of energy. While skeptics dismiss these claims as pure conspiracy, the Vatican's tight-lipped approach fuels speculation. But what do you think? Are these tales just myths, or could they reveal truths the Church would rather keep hidden? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more.